This call
crazy.
is being recorded.
Like, where has the time gone? But I'm excited that it's been rocking and rolling all
I
year
know,
long.
right? You know how time flies when you're having fun, when you have a busy day, all of a sudden the day ends, right? All of these things go hand in hand. The time is fine because we've been busy. We hadn't really been counting the days like, Lord, and mercy, this day is just drudging on. It just
Yeah.
seems like there's not enough hours in the day to get stuff done. And you
So
know, Kayaetta, what I love about partnering with you is that we get to bring things to the team that help us to be more efficient and more timely. And so I just enjoy giving value with you.
I enjoy it too. It's such a honor and an inspiration. And I tell you, after these morning calls, it's like sticking my finger in the socket. I get a joke. And I'm
I
like, all
love
right, I
that.
can
I
do
love how you put that. That is right. I feel the same way. I mean, Dan had an awesome call yesterday, and because of his call, I felt inspired that we should continue what he started and really kind of expand on his relaunching your business. So, team, we've got some expansion on on five of Dan's points from yesterday. And so, I just been feeling that tug and resetting my business. Dan was apropos in his message yesterday. You don't want to just quit, right? You want to relaunch, like a fresh start with new energy. Stick the plug in the wall, right, Kayaetta?
I love that. I love that, sis. You're right on point with that because that tug is really your purpose reminding you that it's still alive. It's
Yeah,
still alive, Kathy, and it's ready to grow. It's ready to grow. So relaunching isn't just about starting over. It's not about starting over. It's about coming back stronger.
I love it.
So I think you put together some really good key points here. So let's talk through five powerful ways to relaunch your business, coming back strong.
Well, the
Let's
first one is Dan brought out reevaluate your why. So, first, you want to reevaluate your why. This is your foundation. See, over time, life changes, we
get.
change. If you've been in a long-term relationship, the relationship changes. And so your why may shift. And if your original why doesn't spark the same fire anymore, it's time to dig deeper. So what motivates you now? The same things that motivated you to join the business 6 years ago may not be the same things that motivate you right now. So who are you doing this for today? What's your why?
Mm,
Right?
mm,
Right?
that's real.
So think
That's
about it,
real.
Kayaetta. When we're kids, teenagers, college age, we have different priorities than we do now in our 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, right? Because we look at if you journal, if you look back on pictures, if music sparks a memory, you go, why did I think XYZ was so important back then? So
Right.
your why changed, and so same thing in your business. You just have to reevaluate.
Absolutely. And that's real. Like when I think about my old why, it was because I was in survival mode. I was in
Yeah,
survival mode, right? I was kicking and scratching. And I remember working for Bank One and opening up accounts that had like crazy money in it. I was like, how do they get this money in their account? And then I remember being blessed with the opportunity to become an entrepreneur and to see money like I've never seen it before. And so I was like, I want that. And now when I think about my why today and I look around and I see people that's so unhealthy. I think about less than a year ago when I was suffering and sick. And so my why in my wellness business, I want everybody to feel like I feel today, right? I have a different why. Back then it was about me, Now it's about my daughter, my son. It's about them seeing me do something huge. It's about my mother and my father, continuing their legacy of love and their legacy of great ethics and work ethics, but then also achieving something that not only transforms my life, my children's life, but other people's life. My why has gotten bigger. My
Wow,
purpose is bigger.
I can hear it. I can hear it, and it goes right along with the things that you've accomplished in your life. The more that you accomplish, the more legacy that you create. You created two beautiful children. Your parents left a legacy with you that you feel compelled to pass on. And see, a strong why becomes your anchor and your engine, especially when things get hard. Especially that's just like in your close relationship when things get hard, that person is a person that you can lean on, and your family certainly represents that. I love that.
And
So what's
that changes how you show up too,
it
Kathy.
does, it really does, it absolutely does. And so in your business, as your why evolves, then you have to evolve how you show up in your business. You're exactly right. Give us number two, Kay.
Number two is going to be reset your mindset. Reset your mindset, right? This is about clearing the mental clutter. You got to clear it out, that doubt, that comparison, that fear, that fatigue. Last week before last, I was so exhausted. I have been working so hard and grinding so hard and just kind of all over the place. And I was like, even my daughter was like, go straight to bed. Just go straight to bed. And I woke up and I said, you know what? I can't continue to function like this. I could not even think. I had to clear it out, Kathy. So you
Wow.
got to reprogram how you think about success, right? You deserve abundance. I deserve abundance, right? And you can rebuild momentum, right? I was like, you know what? I can't keep going like this because I got to get it done. So what is it that I need to do? See, sometimes it's not your business that's broken. It's your belief. It's your perspective on what you're going through. See, I was like, oh my God, it's too much. I can't do it. Right now, I heard Dan say, no, what is that? If I can do it, right? You got to shift your perspective.
That's
I
right.
can do it. I know what I was called to do. So let's get some things in order, right? And I just believe that you got to reset that mindset to get it going.
I tell you, we all need to hear that. I needed to hear that. It's second guessing yourself. It's that
Mm-hmm.
conversation you have in your head about yourself. Um, and that can really be sabotaging. Bishop Dan yesterday said that we should replace "I can't" with "How can I do this? How
Yeah,
can I do this?" Right?
yeah.
Not "I can't," but let's figure out how I can get it done, because we've gotten this many days old figuring it out.
That's
you
right.
know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like, our
Uh,
parents taught us but so much, but you've gotten to this many days old figuring it out. Especially if your parents are no longer here, like ours, right?
That's right. That's
So yeah,
right.
we figured it out.
Yeah. So you know what I
So
do?
I love that he brought that out.
Yeah.
No, go
You know
ahead.
what I do? I do, Kathy, and I encourage everyone else to do this too. I started waking up and affirming this daily. Here's what I say, because I feel like in this day and age, like I know I'm not starting over, right? So I say, I am not starting over. I'm starting wiser. I am not starting over. I'm starting wiser. See, a refreshed mindset gives you two things: power and peace. Power and peace. And peace, the peace that surpasses all understanding.
Wow. Thank you, Kayaetta. Number three, refocus your strategy. Number three is refocus your strategy. So now look at what worked, what didn't, and what felt aligned. What is aligned with the message that Akana is giving right now? What is aligned with the health trends that are happening in the world right now? See, business has to be aligned in order to be successful, instead of in order to go viral, in order to be trending, right? You want to have yourself in the middle of what's happening right now. So sometimes you have to refocus your strategy. You know, businesses go out of business when they just got to stay in that one lane and they are pigeonholing themselves because they're going to stick to it. Well, ask Burberry, how that felt. I'm not Blueberry, Blackberry. Ask Blackberry. I don't forgot about them so much. I don't forgot their name. Okay, so ask Blackberry how that worked out. They absolutely would not change, and the world went past them. Right, the world went past them. So you just got to figure out what feels aligned. So are you using your time and energy on income producing activities, or are you scrolling the phone? Are you? Ooh, I know I hit somebody in the jaw. That's okay though. Sometimes you got to get hit. Are you connecting with your ideal audience, or are you just checking people's pages out? Maybe it's time to simplify or shift platforms. Strategy without clarity is just busyness. See,
say that again.
I'm telling you, strategy without clarity is just busyness. And BUSYNESS, not BUSINESS. See, Akana is a business. You are a business person. An entrepreneur is someone who builds business. Sometimes what we do during our daily life is busyness.
You know, I was thinking about, it took me back to my foundational scripture for all of my businesses, and I've said it before on the call, Proverbs 24, verse 3 and 4. It says this: through wisdom is a house built, and by understanding it is established, and by knowledge shall the chamber be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. Another verse was replace chambers with rooms, and by knowledge shall the rooms be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. Um, that scripture is about building your whatever it is, your business, your family. It's about building it with the importance of understanding wisdom, understanding why you're building it. Wisdom is building it with strategy. Understanding is going to establish it. Why has God called you to build your business like this? And then the knowledge, going out and getting the knowledge, getting skilled, getting trained in what you're doing. Are you skilled? Are you trained? Are you moving strategically? Because I always say this is chess, not checkers, right? This is chess, not checkers. So this is where we work smarter, not just harder. Update your daily plan. When's the last time you reviewed your daily plan? Track what moves the needle. Are you focused on closing, or are you just focused on activity, just doing things? Right? Have you prioritized your impact over activity? How many boxes are you checking off?
I love it. I love that. Y'all, I'm outside, so if y'all hear yard work, that's because it's yard work. So can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you.
Okay, all right, all right. I just didn't want the background noise to drown that out. I know we're running a little bit overtime, but guys, I'm feeling you, Kayaetta. So I hope y'all give us about 3 more minutes. So number 4, rethink your approach. Dan said to rethink your approach, and so that might mean changing how you show up online. And you
Mm,
just mentioned that how you show up because of your why changes and your rethinking your why. That might mean how you show up online, how you follow up with leads, or even how you brand yourself. Are you educating or are you just selling? You see, Akana has always focused on that education of the distributors first so that we can then disseminate that education and information to the masses. And so when you come from the standpoint of consultant, then people's ears open up more and they buy instead of being sold, Kayaetta, right?
absolutely.
Are you
Absolutely.
being relatable or just robotic? Maybe your audience needs more storytelling, more authenticity, and more YOU, more you,
Mm,
right?
mm,
This is why it is so important, Kayaetta, to be a product of the product because nobody can tell your story like you, right? And so
that's right.
it's great that you can tell Cherie Eppinger's testimony. It's great that you can tell Kenneth Elam's testimony. It is awesome that you can tell Diana Coleman's testimony. We can tell any one of 100 testimonies of somebody else, but ain't nobody can tell your feels like you.
Absolutely.
Nobody can tell you how my stroke felt to me. Nobody can tell you
Mm,
that. Nobody can tell you
mm,
how my hip pain felt to me. A lot of y'all can tell you what it looked like when you saw me in pain, but ain't nobody can tell you what it felt like, right?
that's right.
Right.
That's
So
right.
your story is your brand. Your story is how you follow up and how you show up. What do you think, Kaya?
You know what? I think you're right on point with that. And let me just speak to storytelling too. That's a hard thing too. People can tell when you're excited about whether it's you or somebody else, right? So are you showing up with high energy? You know, even online, even though they don't hear you, right? Maybe you're just posting, but is that post filled with excitement, right? Are you excited? Is it contagious, right? Because people can feel that. So, and some people don't even move because they're just so focused on getting it right. When all you got to do is just be real. Like, oh, how do you do that? Because I lead with my heart, right? Yes, we may have scripts. We may be told this, that, and the other. Yes, you want to master that system. But at the end of the day, the first thing you need to do is be real. See, people buy connection, not perfection.
Ooh.
They by connection. Now they need to be they need to feel you, right? So sometimes the breakthrough is in a softer approach, or it's in a bolder approach. You got to know exactly who you're dealing with as well. Who, what is the sentiment of it? See, sometimes when I'm talking about how I was so broken, I was so broken, and could not see my way up. But God sent somebody to ask me about my blood type. And then when I started cleansing my gut and my blood, I began to reverse back the things that was tearing me down and made me feel like there was no hope. Right? You see, I got soft, but then I got excited. That's not, I'm not role playing. That's for real. That's my heart. That's my true story. How are you showing up for these people, because they need to feel you so that they can open up their hearts and allow God to use you to come in and do what He has called you to do for them. That's gets to number 5, Kathy. Oh, so stay rooted. Let me not miss this. I got in it, Kathy. Don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to just step out there and do it. God has called you to do it. Stay rooted in your values, but flexible in your method. Understand and
Yes.
identify if you're talking to a blood type A, B, AB, or
Let,
O.
let me tell you what. You needed to stay where you were. We all need to hear what you just said. Number 5, relaunch with bold faith. Dan mentioned that as his last one yesterday, guys. And when he said that, he was so right on point. So, Kayaetta, I think that if we relaunch with bold faith, not timid, not hesitant, but bold faith, right?
Yeah,
This is where you go public again with power and presence. Let people see your passion like you just did. You shared your true passion. You went there where God just took you with your message just now.
Yeah.
Show up consistently. Show up
Mm.
consistently. Consistently, Kayaetta is there on Thursdays and Sundays. Consistently. Get with guests. You know what I
And
mean?
you too, Kathy, consistently. I don't know how you do it.
Consistently. Perry Anderson shows up to events consistently with guests, whether they're online or in person. Bernadine Kirkland consistently sends guests remotely. Consistently. And believe that you have a solution someone's been praying for.
Absolutely. So you want to speak life into your business and believe that what you have is a solution that someone's been praying for.
That's right. That's exactly right. And that's powerful. We got to stop overanalyzing and overthinking. Seriously.
That's the key. Don't tiptoe. Don't overthink. Right? Announce your relaunch with confidence. Right? You're on fire. Uh, so announce it with confidence. Host a virtual launch event. Do a content countdown. Reconnect with your network. Let the world know that you are back. And not only are you back, you are better and you are determined to do something big for you and for everybody else.
That's right. That's right. This conversation has just revived me. I am not stuck. I'm being repositioned. I love it. Listen, it's time to relaunch with a renewed why, fresh mindset, clear strategy, new approach, and unshakable faith.
Now that's the spirit, Kathy. So hey, listen, your relaunch isn't just a restart. It's a reveal. It's a reveal. Everybody today, hey, listen, we are relaunch our business and do a great red carpet reveal. So go shine, Kathy, Akana Nation. Your next chapter is calling.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for your time and attention. I know we went over, but sometimes, I can tell that the spirit took over my sister Kayaetta and we had to let evangelist Cooks go for it. And we just appreciate that. But this, I felt like based on what Dan talked about yesterday, I know he had more. And I wanted to expand on what he talked about because we are in that. We have increased the momentum. Don't y'all feel that? Don't you smell it, Kayaetta? Don't you feel that energy? I want you to customer service standpoint, folks. Old people that were here 5, 6 years ago are picking up the phone and calling, going, "Hey, I heard about X, Y, and Z. I'm excited. I want to reactivate. Hey, what's going on? Can you point me toward the new information?" They're asking. I mean, it's fantastic. The customer count is going up. The phone calls are increasing. The activity is happening. There is a buzz happening, guys, that we have been we've been cooking on this, right? And so the boil is boiling. All right. So that we feel, you can feel that. And so get involved. Make sure you contact people that maybe are deactivated on your team. Reach out and let them know what the new energy is coming from. Right? That's gonna help. That's gonna help you. So we're gonna let you go. This is Wednesday. So on Wednesdays there is a live event at the 411 East 35th Street at the dispensary, 1 p.m. And then stay tuned for rebounding after this. And am I forgetting anything else, Kayaetta?
For today, I think that's it. Thursday, the call at
that's right. Tomorrow is your opportunity call. Opportunity. All you got to do is invite.
That's
And
right.
even better, tell them I'm getting ready to jump on a call. Can I three-way you in?
Mm-hmm.
Or hey, you got a minute for a Zoom? Can you join me on a Zoom? All right, cool. Let me go ahead and get you the information, right?
That's right. That's
Right.
right.
So
And then the Dr. 360 community right after that.
yes, absolutely. So guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Have an kind of day. And let's keep on going. End of the month. Push, push, push. Bye for now.